Hi everybody, Lori here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a love-themed project to share with you featuring the Heart Banners stencil set along with some other Simon Says Stamp products. So here is the Heart Banners stencil set. I love how the back of the packaging gives you an idea of what you can create. This is a layering stencil set and there are 4 stencils, and when you put them together it makes these cute little heart banners. So here's how I like to do it. I know there's a lot of different ways you can use layering stencils, but I like to cut, since the stencils are 6x6, I just cut a panel of white cardstock to 6x6 and I butt it up in my full-size MISTI down at the bottom right corner. And that way I know every time I bring in the next stencil, if I just butt it down in the bottom right corner, it's going to be lined up. So I'm going to be using all Pawsitively saturated inks. I started off with Peony. First I took the large blending brush and gave it a light wash over part of the hearts. And then I took a smaller, like a detail blending brush with the same Peony ink color and just give it a little bit of love over on the left corner of the heart. That gives it what I like to call a little gradient love. Now, since I only did part of the hearts, I'm going to try to pack in as much color as I can, doing a little wash of blush with the larger blending brush. Then I take that small detail one, and with the same color blush, I just give it a little bit in the corner. And that's the gradient love. I love how that looks. Give it a little gradient love. Now we're laying on stencils. They're not really numbered, but I kind of figured out which order I want to go. Okay, going back in with blush. So repeating some of the colors, but if you want to make this really easy, since there's 4 stencils, you could just do this whole thing with 4 different colors. But I like to, make things difficult. So trying to do some of the banners in somewhat of a rainbow order. This is like what I call the Valentine's rainbow. It's basically just all warm tones. A little pink, a little red, a little orange, a little yellow, and then maybe a smidge of purple because it's Valentine. It's love. I don't know. Just go with it. Okay, bringing in some orange with Peachy. And if I don't mention the ink colors, I think I mentioned I'm using all Pawsitively saturated inks, but I will have all the products listed in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. I'm also using my ink stand to hold the ink steady so everything's locked down. I've got the magnet from the MISTI holding my thing in place, but I just know I always kind of shove that thing down in the bottom right corner of the MISTI if I feel like I might not be, getting it locked in. Okay, back in with the Peachy, just for a couple of the hearts over on the left-hand side, trying to get that little bit of Valentine's rainbow order happening here. If you wanted to get real dicey, you could customize each little heart to go in perfect rainbow order. But I thought about it, believe me, I thought about it. But then once I got going, I was like, yeah, I'm not smart enough. Okay, to amp up the little bit of vividness on those peachy hearts, I pulled out Grapefruit. That way, because Grapefruit is the next shade darker. That way you don't have to work as hard. So if you have tons of colors to choose from and you want to get that gradient love, but you don't want to work so hard, pull out the next shade darker. But if you don't have 1,000,001 colors, you can definitely achieve this with the same color. And you saw me do it. Okay, here I did a combination of Lemonade, and then for that darker shading, I pulled out Sunbeam. Again, always switching back and forth between the large blender brush and the small blender brush. Just makes it easier, but you certainly can also do this with just one size brush. We are on stencil number 4. This is the last kick at the cat. And I'm back in with just a little bit of the yellow. And this is where, after I do the yellow, I'm going to bring in some purple. This has definitely got a very Valentine's-y feel, but I don't think it has to be limited to Valentine's Day. I mean, heart banners, anytime you want to send a little love. Great for a wedding, great for a love you, thinking of you, just because. Actually, tomorrow is a very fun day. Tomorrow, my mom has a very special birthday. She is turning 80. And, you want to make it special, but it's hard because everyone's away. My daughters are in Michigan. Both my sons are in Germany, and my husband and the youngest daughter are in St. Louis for hockey. So she's like, no, 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 no. We are going to celebrate it when everybody comes home. But I was like, okay, Mom, let me take you for lunch at least. You know what her favorite place is in the whole world? I'll tell you what, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Her favorite place, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's Steak and Shake. It's just kind of a diner feel, burgers and fries. That's her favorite. She loves it. Okay, back to the project. Here is the beautiful blended heart background. Now, for a little fun scallopy edge, I took this, it's the Ornate Borders and Frames die set, and I die cut a piece of buttercream cardstock. I'm going to crop down this blended background. I know it's painful to crop down that blended, but I needed to make it smaller to give a nice little matte frame and to sit nicely on top of that scalloped buttercream panel. So I cropped this down, and now to adhere the scallop panel onto a white card base, I'm just using some tape runner. Gonna keep this part flat, and you can see slightly bit of white card base behind that scallop border. I did put some foam tape behind the blended panel, popping that up on the cream panel. Now for a little bit of vellum, a little touch of vellum, we have the Leafy Sprig die. What I love about vellum is it gives you some detail, but it doesn't cover up too much of your blended hearts. For a sentiment, I'm using the Kathy Zilski Little Banners dies. I'm doing a mixture of white cardstock and champagne matte cardstock, and I'm using the To Love banner. I love this die set. I hope she makes some more with everyday sentiments. I just think the banner look is so beautiful. I am putting little slivers of foam tape behind that champagne matte little banner. Going to pop it up on the white one. Okay, so back to Steak and Shake. Most important talk. The fries. I got it. Hopefully she'll let me take her there tomorrow for her birthday lunch. But we'll have to celebrate later when everybody's home, of course. Steak and Shake has the skinny little fries. Not my first choice. I like a good hefty fry. I mean, if I'm being honest, I like a McDonald's fry, but I like a steak fry. I like a crinkle cut fry. I like a waffle fry, but she loves the Steak and Shake, so that is what we'll have to do. And here this card is finished. I added some of those rainbow splash drops. Love those. They're little clear drops, and there's self-adhesive stickers. Pop them on, and you got yourself a fun love-themed project. Great for Valentine's Day, but also great for any time of the year. Here's to love. Here's to 80th birthdays, and here's to skinny French fries. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.